Hello lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you are tuning in. I am due for a lock update, so here it is. I'm about 3.5 months locked at this point, and I have experienced some challenges and learned some lessons so far along the way. So I just want to share those with you and then let you know kind of what's going on with my hair and how I'm taking care of it right now at this point in my journey, and then send you on your way. So let's start with the challenges. Some of the things that I'm dealing with are the shape of my locks. So if you look, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but we'll give it a shot. Like here in the back, I have a coarser texture of hair, and then the top is a looser texture. And I'm noticing that in the back, and this is partly probably because I'm laying on it. That's how I sleep. Like I have to lay on the back of my head and the sides of my head. But in the back anyway, I'm having some concerns about the shape. Like I'm noticing that the locks in the back, if you can see this one, they are kind of flat from, I think, being me laying on them. And because I'm going for thicker locks, one of my concerns is that I don't want them to be flat. I want them to be round. I want them to have a round shape. I don't want them to have a flat shape. But I'm not really sure how to shape them and maintain them so that as they grow and as they mature into thick round locks rather than thick flat locks. And I don't know if you can see how this is kind of has a flat shape to it. I wonder if I could put my hand behind it. I don't know if you can tell just on camera that it does kind of have more of a flat shape than a round shape, but it does. Hopefully you can see that. Anyhow, and that's like pretty much all across the back. For the most part, there are quite a few that have that type of a shape. And also you can see, I guess on this same one, you can see how some of the hair is like separating from the lock and is kind of coming out and doing its own thing. So yeah, I have quite a bit of that around my head where in some spots I have hair that just kind of wants to come out from the lock and it wants to do what it wants to do. It doesn't want to stay it doesn't want to stay with the rest of the hair. So in some places I've kind of like two-strand twist, kind of like just twisted it around like a two-strand twist to get it back together. But I find that I have to continue to do that in order for it to getting too long for it to have that kind of pixie cut type of a look, which is how I started 3.5 months ago. But now I have had so much growth and I can't really wear it that way anymore. It just doesn't go have that same look. It just because of the length. So I'm actually wearing it pulled back most days, and I wear a headband, this one or something similar to it. It does go all the way around, and it kind of, there's an elastic underneath as well. So it kind of cleans up my nape area as well, and helps that not to look so wild back there as well. Because like I said, I am trying to space out my retwist. I had been retwisting about every 2 weeks, and this is my 3rd week at the moment without a retwist. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the headband, and you can see, I wanted to show you the nape. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It seems like there's more lint buildup on the right side for some reason than on the left side. And I don't know if you can see any of the buildup, but there is some. And I can tell, like when I just go through and check my locks, like in the evening, just with a mirror, or sometimes just kind of gently kind of pulling a little bit just to pull out any excess lint. Sometimes lint, I can literally just pull like patches of lint out, and so I know that there's lint building up in there. So that's a challenge and a little bit of a concern for me right now. One thing that I noticed is that the hair back here, because it is still really short, it does tend to unravel between retwists for the most part. Especially here at the nape. And so since it's kind of unraveling anyway, I just go ahead and pull out the lint and then go ahead and retwist it. And I try not to unravel it completely. I try to maintain whatever, tangle, whatever lock or beginning of lock I have, but I do try to pull that lint out when I can without affecting the lock too much. So let's move on to lessons. One thing that I have definitely learned, and this is from Yanni the Lockologist, I have just been so blessed by watching her videos lately, is that oil is definitely best. I had been oiling my locks since I started my journey, and I've always oiled my scalp and my hair, but I had not been doing it frequently enough. And I think with, I don't know why, but for some reason my loose natural hair did not require nearly as much oil as my locked natural hair. And I find that towards the end of my loose natural hair journey, especially right before I decided to go ahead and lock, before I cut my hair was long. I would pull it back. I would never oil my scalp, and my scalp would be fine. I could go weeks without my scalp being itchy or dry or irritated. And even with my loose natural short hair, I could go 2 weeks without oiling my scalp, without it being itchy or dry or irritated. It would be fine. But for some reason, once I started my lock journey, my scalp just decided to take on a different a life of its own. And so I find that now I do have to oil my scalp, and I just oil it with coconut oil at least 3 times a week, if not more. I mean, anytime it feels even slightly itchy or dry, I oil it. And it has just changed everything about my locks. They don't itch, they're not irritated, my scalp is not flaky, I don't feel the need to wash. And that was another one of the lessons, less frequent washing. I don't feel the need to wash. Before, I was wanting to wash after 1 week, and I would push myself to try to get to the 2-week mark before I would break down and wash my hair, wash my locks. Now I'm at 3 weeks and I don't even feel the urge to wash my hair. It doesn't feel dirty, it doesn't smell dirty, it's fine. So I definitely will continue to make sure that it's moisturized and well oiled. I wanted to tell you a couple more things and then I'm going to let you go. I'm no longer using a shower cap in the shower. I had been using a shower cap just to preserve my retwist, and I've stopped doing that. I now just go with my locks out in the shower, and I don't like run the water over them or anything like that because I don't want to completely ruin my retwist, but I will just let the mist kind of moisturize them and wet them while I'm in the shower. Also, headbands. We talked about the headbands, and that's the way that I'm kind of maintaining my hair, like when I'm at work and things like that, because as you can see, they don't exactly want to lay down all the time. So I will wear a headband to keep it, kind of keep it back and keep it looking decent. And then this cap that I am wearing to bed. Okay, this cap is like I don't even know the material. It's kind of like a stretchy satin type of cap. And I wear this cap to bed every night. I just slap this sucker on just like this, make sure everything is tucked in and under, and I go to bed. And in the morning, I just yank it off, jump in the shower, and throw my headband on, and I'm out of the door. It is so easy, and it's so much better for me than trying to tie a scarf on. So I'm really enjoying that while my locks are short enough to do that. And once they get longer, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'm sure I'll figure it out at that point, cross that bridge when I come to it. But that's all I really have to share right now. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and please rate, comment, and subscribe.